Okay, we're getting started on our excuse me. We're getting started on our next project here at the cave base. Now that we've got the piston bolts here, we're kind of more able to work. Um, uh, so next, we're going to be tackling a sorting system here. It's not going to be the same design, mechanism, nor scale as the one at our main base. Our main base is still our main base, but this one still needs to function and have a pretty good variety and as well as ability to sort items. So I've got a design figured out here that's going to be using droppers, droppers rather than using water streams. It's going to be very different, and I'm excited to see what it feels like. Just to have one like it to see if it's a system I prefer over what I've been using so far. Okay, so I was putting in the stuff I want to be sorting in here, and I realized really quickly that like for the amount of things I want to sort at this base, this is a massive sorting system. So I originally planned on having it start here, it would go around, down, and then back to here for an endpoint. But I realized like this has what I want plus my overflow included. So I really don't need to do the bottom layer just yet. I can later if I need to. I can always add that in afterwards. So I think I'll leave down there as like a area that can be expanded into and not finish it just yet. I want to put a shulker box crafting station here as well, and then the loading thing for the system here. But I think this is going to be large enough. I'll have to add like more stuff upward than I had originally planned. When I was kind of laying it out at first, I was like, okay, stone, cobble, that stuff will be able to go all the way down to the bottom for sorting. I realized that wouldn't actually have worked anyway. Now that I'm really thinking about it. So, but that's no biggie. That's easy enough to resolve. Yeah. So I guess it's time to start putting in the redstone machinery for this. And where the heck did the skeleton come from? I already know where it's right here. All right, just can you guys relax? Can you please relax? Yeah. So we just got to get the redstone machinery in here, and it'll be kind of starting. So. Let's start with the sorting system stuff behind those chests, because that's obviously the most important part. Okay, so we have it's ready. It's just not sorting items yet. We kind of filled it all with dirt just so we can make sure items make it all the way around. So if I put 58 slime balls into this, we're going to get 58 slime balls in this chest here. I'm going to walk you through a couple of my thought process. So first, here's the loading chest. It takes 2 items at a time and sends them through the droppers. We all have all of these feeding 2 through, so we don't have to worry about it slowing down at any point. You can fill each of these 4, so we can carry 8 shulkers to fill at once, which should be more than adequate for this sorting system. And then every single item has at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is 2 items, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the ones where it's only 1 item per, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chests to store any 1 item, which isn't a crazy amount, but it is enough that at least we'll know, right? And we can do stuff to let us know. We could put like a comparator here and just like a lamp, or even just like a comparator there into nothing to indicate that it's full, or that we're starting to get full up. But yeah, so hang on. Just to show you they made it through. 58 slime balls, make it all the way through. So what's going on here, hang on, excuse me here, I'm going to go into spectator mode to demonstrate. The items go into this dropper here. When items are detected in this dropper, this piston extends, making these 2 observers face each other, sending a constant and quick redstone pulse along all of these observers all the way around. What this does, of course, is it makes it so each of these droppers gets powered, sending it through into the next dropper, into the next dropper, into the next dropper, so on and so forth, all the way around. The hoppers will take out any item that's appropriate for these chests, so right now the only thing this system sorts is dirt, and it goes to all of them. Or if you have a stone named stone exclamation point, it will sort that, but we definitely don't want that to ever make its way into here. So all we got to do to get this system like running is, of course, put the proper filtering items in. So we have, this would be iron ingots, and then iron blocks, coal, and then coal blocks, so on and so forth all the way through. And then this system's ready to go. I'd like to do something about these jerks, but for now it's not really that urgent. I just have to get over hearing them for now. It's expandable. We can, if we want, we can make it go down and then around and sort in the lower layer, which I have no doubt we'll do eventually. But in the meantime, this is very adequate, and I should have enough room to build a shulker box crafting mechanism. It has to be contained within. That's the wall, and then of course, there. I could probably squeeze that into there. I think. I'm optimistic. So yeah, this is it. This is the base. This is the sorting system for the base so far. I'm really pleased. It came out. Honestly, it's better than I thought it was going to be by a fair bit. So very, very excited to have this in. Okay, so we've got it all set up, and we give it a test run, and I can't believe it, but the hopper bug still happens. It definitely happens a lot less than the sorting system I have already, but this is crazy. So I've got a bunch of glowstone to put in just to kind of demonstrate. So what should be happening is all of the glowstone should end up in the glowstone chest, which is one of these chests, this one. We've got it set up right. So they should all make their way into here, but what's going to happen is they're not all going to make their way in. Some of them are going to go into the overflow, even though the items are entering the system at two items at a time speed. So the 2 hoppers should always be able to keep up. But for some reason it doesn't quite, which is an interesting quirk. I'm not sure what the overall rate is. So when we loaded it up with items to fill it up, very few things made its way through. So it's a really, I'd say, an acceptable amount of failed sorting. But that just really goes to show you that you really need to have, no matter what sorting system you go with, you need to have 3 sorting modules per item, as long as it's not just a hopper line. If we had just a line of hoppers going across here and then chests that we were loading, this couldn't be a problem. This would never come up. But that's obviously a very, very, very slow system. So anytime you want to make a system that's completely reliable and faster, you really do need to have 3 of every item module to sort, unless there's like a plugin or something that patches the bug. And honestly, if we look at this here, where is it? Glowstone. It seems to all be going in without any hiccup whatsoever. Which is great. Now that I'm showing it off, it's working perfectly fine. But we were getting stone and other stuff through it. And there's no hoppers that items can land on to make their way into the system incorrectly. But we've got everything's all loaded up now. I've got the sound turned off. If we turn on blocks again, it's oh, is it already done? No. Why can't we hear it? Oh. There we go. Yeah, you can just kind of hear the clicking constantly. There, see? It's very rare, but it's often enough that it's, a bummer. It's weird because this should really only be going in at 2 speed. So I'm not really sure why this is happening, or what we can do to work around it. Oh, you know what? Interesting. If I wonder if we'd have that same problem if we were drawing it out of this instead of this. Because what happens is when you first put items in, you've got about a 3 tick delay, 1, 2, 3 tick delay before items start getting spat out. So I wonder if we were also drawing out of this to extend that, if that would have the same effect. The problem is we can't draw it out of both. Oh, maybe we can. Let me see if I can't patch something up. Okay, so, long story short, Minecraft 1.17 is here. Hooray! I've reset a bunch of the chunks in the world. These chunks are not chunks that were reset. And yet, there's definitely something going on. It's like a spaghetti cave, it looks like. The kind that aren't in the game. Generated here. And the only blocks that survived are natural world gen, or are things that I placed. Sorry, so the natural world gen that was here was gotten rid of, but stuff I built has stayed the same. So I'm scared to see what that will mean for my base back, my real base, and I'm honestly not even certain that I reset the chunks successfully. If I'm being Don't fucking tell me the nether reset. Don't fucking tell me the nether reset. It fucking did. Okay. That is an obstacle that I'm honestly not sure what I'm gonna do about. Oh no. Okay, so we've moved on into some new world generation areas here. You can't see that, of course, from anything in this area. Nothing new is visible, but it is new world generation, and we're going to set up a kind of... I mean, this is obviously a temporary base, but I've got big plans for some really crazy farms here. It's going to be... I'm going to call it a mega project, honestly. It's going to be a bit of a mega project, especially with the biome it is. But if we cheese our way into this, we can see at this location we have 1, 2, and a third amethyst geode, all within one kind of loaded area. And we also have, this was an accidental discovery after I picked the area, 2 zombie spawners that are within range so that you can AFK both of them. I'm pretty sure anyway. So that's kind of insane. There's some really crazy farms I want to get built in this area. Hello, sir. Glow squid. I'm kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff required to do this, and I have so many other projects already started. I recorded that clip on June 24th. It is now September 25th, and we are still working on this project. So when I said this was a mega project, I really underestimated what that was gonna mean. But it's fine. You know, we're gonna have a blast doing this. We did not have a blast doing this. So here we are, first project of 117, making an absolutely insane farming area. Okay, we are nowhere near done digging this project. We're definitely over the hump, but I'm stopping here because I've got a really great personal milestone I'm very excited to achieve. I have mined 999,999 stone blocks, which means the next stone block I mine marks 1 million, which I've never seen ever. So I'm very excited to share that and achieve this for the very first time ever. I feel like I need to pick which one. There's just so many to pick. But yeah, big number 1 millo. 1 million. Just one more quick look at that crisp 6-digit, and we're gonna switch that over. Should I do this with a stone pickaxe? Make it really draw out? Just milking the content at this point. I'm just so pumped to have this, to do this. Oh man, I thought I owned wood. There we go. There's some wood. There's also not a crafting table up here, I realize. So let's just, I don't know, slap that there. Make some stick. Make a wooden pickaxe. Get this junk out of here now. Who cares? We're gonna go get our whopping 1 millionth stone. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, what an insane number. 1 million. I've only picked up 760,000 of it too. I've dropped 219 of it by hand, which means I've stored or used about 500,000 stone. Wow. That's interesting to think about. Out of the 760,000 I've picked up, I've dropped 219 of it, which means I have currently in storage or used in builds 500,000, more than 500,000 stone. Wow. Let's do a quick scroll through what else this means. So I apparently mined 91,000 sand. That's news to me. Roughly about 60,000 of the of the new stones. New as if they're new. They're very old. So that's about your ratio. 60,000 per million. 50,000 dirt. 51. 29,000 coal. 23,000 gravel. 16,000 iron. 13,000 redstone. Excuse me, slime. Please don't bother me. What are we still looking for? 2,500, just under gold ore. Really not translating well. Almost 2,000 copper already. 1,500 diamond ores already. Although that's about like half of that is how many I've actually found, because I'll keep them as silk touched ore and then mine it again with fortune to get it. So not great. I think that's all of it other than emerald. Oh, lapis. 1,000 lapis. Fascinating. Oh, you could argue we already had 1,000 ago because the infested stone. Hang on, we've got to scroll down now quite a while. Ooh, not that far. Could you not, slimes? Let's go back up here where it's nice and safe and not being harassed. Oh, we want that pickaxe. That is a commemorative pickaxe. That pickaxe achieved so much. Yeah. So back to statistics. Items mined. Scroll down to roughly around 1,000. So the infested stone. Now, you could argue I already did it 1,212 ago. I'm not subscribing to that argument. That's inconvenient to my narrative. I'm trying to see emerald ore. We must be getting near there. Obviously, if I was mining only in mountains, this would be a way larger number. But I've got 227 emerald ore. That's it. Interesting. Out of 1,000,000 stone. So yeah, there's a really fun milestone. I don't think there's anything else here that's going to stick out. The tough is new, and I haven't got down to tough yet. Deep slate, no. Yeah, really excited to have that. Really special experience. Actually, I mean, I'm not gonna say I never thought I would, because that's very not true. I found this in a chest the other day when I was playing on my partner's profile. So 2 just from digging this so far. Really good. I'm not gonna say I never thought I'd get 1,000,000. There's been a couple times where I was like, I'm gonna get 1,000,000 before this hardcore world ends, and then I didn't. So this isn't hardcore, but it still is 1,000,000 blocks broken. On our way to the next 1,000,000, I guess. All right. I really don't want to start right there. Okay. So I was thinking you guys might be hoping to get an update on how the ginormous hole is going. Excuse me, there was a noise from a man, and I don't want to listen to him. So I figured I'd show you kind of the stuff we've collected so far. Where do we want to start? Let's start here. This is the amethyst we've collected so far. Each of these are completely filled with amethyst shards. That's just from digging. This is all deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Copper. These are copper raw coppers, and that's copper ore. Lots of goodies. Not very much gold. I kind of expected more, but whatever. Here's our iron, raw iron, and iron ore. Substantial amount. Coal ores and blocks of coal. We're doing it. Just a little bit of deep slate non-cobbled, because this is like, you can't craft anything with this, so you don't need as much. Here's our tough. Here's our like redstone. Look at these diamonds, man. Like, look at that. That's 3.5 stacks of diamonds, bud. Over here we've got, this is the stuff from around the geodes. This is just kind of stuff I found. I'm weirdly really excited about these spider eyes, all 2 stacks of them. And then this one's crazy. This is a really crazy one. Every single piece of grass block in this chest was placed in the hole by an Enderman. None of this, there is some grass that they placed it down and then it spread. I did not include any of that. That is still there. This is just an Enderman placed a piece of grass and I collected it. They did a bunch of dirt as well. It's been like a 100-hour dig. So they've had plenty of time, and that's so much grass. And the last thing I think to show is the deep slate ores. 46 diamond deep slate. It's such a, look at that. I love the texture. I really like that. That's going to be a really nice one. The lapis deep slate as well. Honestly, the deep slate ores, just they got them. Like the copper one, all of them. They really nice texture. I enjoy it a lot. So that's what we've managed to collect. If we go down to the hole, I'll show you how far we've gotten. The whole way, it's done. There is not an update to provide. It is finished. As far as being dug. So that is the total from this ginormous, huge, super big hole. I don't recommend that. Okay, so I've spent some time slabbing the floor, and I realize I'm developing a Enderman Prison. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 currently here. Oh, well, not anymore. We don't. Down to 4, I guess. So it looks like what happens is once they get here, they can't place the block. Oh, there's a 6th one. There's still 5 then. They can't place the 7, 8. Oh, okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. We have 7. Jeez Louise. They can't place the block, and they don't despawn because they're holding the block. And they can only teleport so far. So as long as they're like somewhere around the middle-ish, they can't teleport anywhere either. So they're just stuck here. Interesting. This is 4 shulker boxes of slabs, or of blocks turned into slabs. So 8 slabs. I think we probably need another 2 boxes of blocks. To finish up the floor. Then we've got to do the walls and then the ceiling. This is going to be a ridiculous long project. Everything about this project has been a ridiculous long project. That's where we're at so far.